Here's another pattern. Again, for students in grade 10, we'll be doing both linear and quadratics. Here's another pattern just to show how this method could be used not only in linear but later on as well. So here's term 1, and term 2, and term 3, and term 4. And again, we identify that this is no longer growing at a constant rate. To go from the first term to the second, I had to add 2 blocks. To go to the third, I had to add 3 blocks, and to go to the fourth, I'd have to add 4 blocks, and then 5 blocks, and so on. So we'd basically be adding on 1 more extra block each time. So the next one would have a now stack of 5 blocks, and then 6, and so on. So when we bring this over to our table here again, we're going to be able to see that the growth here is not going to be linear. So the first one actually is ready to go, so I'll just pick it up and transfer it here. There's term 1 ready to go. Beautiful. Term 2 doesn't require too much work, so I'll take it apart. Sometimes the cubes are a bit tight, but there we go. So there's term 1 and term 2. And term 3. I'm just going to pause this for a moment. I can get term 3 put together here. Sorry, so here we go. I just took that apart. We end up with term 3. So you can see right away that it's not going to be a linear growth. You can verify that with your puppy dog ruler as well. I can see right away that my growth is not going to be linear because my ruler test fails at this point. So we can put the ruler away for a moment. And then the fourth one right here. So again, we're going to take this apart and stack it up. And I cheated a little bit when I did the last one. I stole this one also. So I actually stacked up the same number of cubes and I put it as a single stack. So here they are side by side. You can verify that there are 10 cubes in the term and there are 10 cubes in this stack. And I'll put this up top here. So again, because we're looking into quadratics in the grade 10 applied course, you'll notice that this pattern is non-linear, but it actually is a quadratic. And again, we want to develop that understanding with the students, but you can have them begin to understand how that kind of pattern works by trying to sketch out, again this is going to be pretty rough, but kind of sketch out what that looks like in terms of a pattern. So if I kind of just drag this down through here, we end up with a pattern that is a graph that is kind of curving downwards instead of being a linear growth that the previous one was. There's something different going on here, and we can have students explore quadratics using that as well.